Hello guys, my name is Nozazaki, and I'm sorry, it's been a few weeks, and I got a little caught up with, exams and projects and meow 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 meow, and with finals rapidly approaching, things aren't going to get much better, but I did have the opportunity over the past few weeks to play a little game called Hotline Miami, and it reminded me a lot of Battlefield 4. Okay, so, let's see, kill trades, check, alright, inexplainable glitches. Check. Get a shot in the face. But my favorite has to be enemies who, if they so much as smell you breathing, they will turn around with their 100 sensitivity and instantly blast you in the face. Despite the fact that that game is top-down, a lot gorier than this game, and in 8-bit, it still reminds me a lot of this game for those reasons and some others that I won't even mention. But this video, I'm just gonna confess, I'm gonna gush. That right there with the AR-160 on X McLovin X, that's ridiculous, okay? The AR-160 is by far easily my Raifu, and I got myself in a little bit of a prickly situation with the tank there, but it doesn't really matter because my teammate picks him off and we get the first objective right there. But okay, I know I didn't get an opportunity to bring you guys a video where I, basically broke it down and said, oh, the patch, nerf the damage on these guns and improve the damage of these guns and meow meow meow, and I had these wonderful resources on Synthic to show you guys. The video never really materialized, and by the time the opportunity really came where I could have made a video, I thought that it was just too late to do so. But it's no use crying over spilt milk. I think the patch has done a lot of great things, and as I pick off McLovin yet again, the Amtrak is just so wonderful, and it's going to take me a second here. I figured, I always sit in the Amtrak and I'm just like, I'm going to sit in the gunner because, you know how you'll always switch the driver's seat, and then a gentleman will immediately jump in and man down that gunner seat. So I sat here adamantly trying not to, switch to the driver's seat so no one would steal my gunner seat. And, this dude was locking on with the javelin, and I told him, no thanks, bruh. I said, bop, right in the face. I did not let Mr. Xenothon try and get me with that javelin. That's not happening, but I think some guy he'll like spawn on me in a second. Or no, I'm sorry, someone already spawned on me, and they jumped out, and at this point, I pretty much just said, okay, no one is going to drive the Amtrak forward, I better go ahead and do it myself, and then I got a little bit of tunnel vision here. I was really hoping some of my teammates would move up with me, and then this dude started driving us around for a second, but then he bailed really quickly, and for some strange reason, the Amtrak just like, it took like 3 pop shots from an RPG, and then just, bah, Michael Bay in a second here. That's just awful. I feel like they made the Amtraks a lot less beefier than they were in Battlefield 3. I think that has a lot to do with the removal of reactive armor, but yet again, there have just been so many changes between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 that I don't think were the greatest things to ever happen to the game. Which is interesting because today Final Stand is actually dropping, and on the topic of Final Stand, I'm not really sure when I'm going to have an opportunity to play it because I have an exam coming up tomorrow as I get this gentleman, and I don't quite get that gentleman right there, which isn't really a big deal. But as far as Final Stand and myself go, I have an exam tomorrow, so my schedule doesn't exactly match up as I get one gentleman here, and then his assault buddy comes along to try, and I'm not really sure what he was doing, but whatever it is, it didn't really work out. And my teammates decided to sort of have like a powwow up here, and the buildings over there were getting a little bit clucky, so I said, you know what? Enough of this shiznips, let's go arm the objective myself. And conveniently enough, at the exact same moment I decided to go arm the MCOM, one of my teammates did the exact same thing. That's just wonderful, but okay. That's one of those ones, okay? That's one of those ones where I stay up late at night and I think to myself, okay, if let's say I was in sort of team speak with that gentleman or any of these gentlemen, maybe that wouldn't happen as much. That's something that point could be argued. And to that, I usually just say, nah, I don't know about that. I'm not a giant. Back in Battlefield 3, I was a big proponent of the whole, those TeamSpeak servers where everyone gets in a voice chat and you get in these tactical conversations and you play as squads and meow 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 meow. As I get this Recon, who I'm not really sure what he was doing in the spawn, and unfortunately, my supplies of ammunitions were running a bit dry here, and it gets pretty scary, but I don't know. I've sort of done a 180 on my stance on squad play. I more or less just like to play with my friends pretty much, as it gets so name much tag. That's Epic May, nice name. You know what? I almost feel like I shouldn't even criticize names anymore. I've seen such. There's one. Gravite. Are you even trying? Are you even trying with these names? Like, come on, man. X's and lines and HDs and 420. I think we all know that. I think we all know what makes a good name tag and what doesn't make a good name tag. But okay. Me and squad play. I'm sort of. I don't think Battlefield is quite. I don't think Battlefield should be taken quite that seriously. I think playing with a few friends is okay, but as far as you know, team speak, team chat, I think that's a little bit over the top, if you will. But okay, to get a little bit more back on topic, if that's what we're gonna call it, I believe I have yet to sort of live up to my promise, as I get so named much tag. Learn to XX dark scopes and switch scope and whatever it is you're trying to do with that elite snip sword rifle over there. Learn to do that a little bit better next time. Maybe we could just simple that down to get good. Anyways, as far as the AR-160 is concerned, I don't think it has any sort of quantifiable stats where I could sort of say, you know, that right there, that's why it excels. It sort of has the M16 going on, where it's not necessarily the best at anything, but I don't think it's necessarily bad at much of anything, although you could make a strong argument, and I would be inclined to agree, that the rate of fire is a wee bit lackluster, but I can usually make it do in close quarters because the thing is just so spot-on accurate, and I mean, there's not really much else to say. I don't know how to logic it out, and it's almost sort of like this argument my friend told me once when he was talking about Call of Duty, and I know it's a bad argument, and I hear it, and I just instantly say to myself, that's absolutely disgusting. But he told me one time that I should put like the suppressor on like the MP5 or something, because it sped up my fire rate. You know, you put that in rapid fire on, and then you like quadruple your. It's some ridiculous thing like that. But with the AR-160, it's almost like the gun is so accurate. Any sort of deficiencies you have as far as fire rate is concerned, you can easily overcome, because the gun is just so accurate. And I don't know, I can't explain it with numbers. You know, the reload time, it's not that good. The fire rate, it's not that good. You know, the recoil is very, very low. In fact, I would think, I guess that for its fire rate, the gun probably has the least kick for like any of the assault rifles in the game. I guess that's sort of why I gravitate towards it. It also has a rather quick reload time, and this A objective was just a hotbed for enemies. I know it seems like I should be arming the objective, but there are just so many guys. I mean, oh my goodness. And I cannot pick them all off. I just simply cannot do it. Guy lurking in the corner. It's almost like I can't even say, you know, that what a slime ball he is, because at this point I'm just dunking them all so hard. It's like, you know what am I gonna do? And I decided to take off the defib here and put on the mass. It didn't really come in that much handy. I think I got a couple kills with it, but I think at the end of the day, it really didn't matter all that much. You know, I don't really, you guys know, I don't really play the assault kit, you know, to use the defibs or that second equipment slot. I primarily just play the assault class, mainly because I'm trying to heal myself, and because the assault rifles are very, very dandy. Mainly now the AR-160, my Raifu, which it's really weird, because I thought coming out of the last patch that the M416 would easily overtake, you know, the Ace and become the top dog assault rifle. And I was using the M416 for a while. I found it really great, and then I tried out the AR-160, and it's almost like I've been using it religiously ever since. It's that good, and I've been away from Battlefield for a little while. This gameplay is a tad old, so excuse me if I sound a little bit off my A game. I know I also haven't uploaded a video in forever, or done a commentary in forever, I guess is what I should probably say there. But when I finally get, an opportunity to get my hands on Final Stand, I can easily tell you that I'll be gravitating towards the the AR-160 because I don't really know how to say it other than, you know, it's just so comfy, and, you know, she's just so perfect. I mean, she's my Raifu, and right there, that netcode, which that reminds me of this shot with the Sraw where I don't know what happened. I don't know if you want to call that netcode. I don't know if you want to call that lag. I don't know if I don't know what to say, but I was not going to be denied. That's all I'm going to say on that. It's like, it's almost like when, you know, Shaquille O'Neal gets the ball down in the paint, he's just not going to be denied. He is somehow, some way going to get the and one, if you know what I'm saying. And that brings me to this final base here on Gulf of Oman, where my teammate has kindly gone ahead and armed Objective Bravo. But to get back to that point of the AR-160, I think that it's a gun that you guys should easily, if you haven't already since the patch, tried it out. You should definitely try it out with Final Stand launching. I think Final Stand is going to give us a ton of opportunities for, you know, that infantry combat. Meow, 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 meow. I'm also looking forward to hover tanks. I don't know how I feel about that, but I do know I have some things in mind for Final Stand. Don't you worry, guys. There's going to be some interesting content to make. But that right there pretty much wrapped up the base, and I get one more gentleman right there. Seal the tomb, and that's the end of this second base. And the third base, after there were a couple slime balls lurking around in our spawn, and after come on, man, where are you going, Mr. Guy? I'm not sure he even knows where he's going. He's like, it's almost like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. It's like, I don't know where he's going, but he's definitely going there. But, and then there was this guy right here, and okay, it's gonna sound, you're gonna call me insane. You know, I won that engagement with like 20% health, and you're gonna say I'm completely insane for saying this, but I'm going to say that the AR-160 won me that gunfight. Now, what is that gentleman's fault for not firing an extra bullet? Yes, but you know, instances like that just don't seem to happen to me when I'm not using the AR-160, and when I am, they sort of do. But here we are on this third base of Oman, and this left side flank where you're like almost out of bounds here. Normally it works out kind of well, as I get Xenathon right there with the mask, and then I get one gentleman right here, and then I get this guy crawling around like a snake in the grass to complete the triple kill. And I sort of YOLO went to arm Objective A because I was getting fired at from all angles, and I had no faith in my ability to live. And you know, I usually like this left side with the rocks and the cover and the flanks and the zib-zab and the zooblazab, but it just, Captain Cavern would not have any of that, and he also won't have any C's in his name either. But I don't really know, and I got this sort of weird revive, you know, the thing where you get revived out of bounds and like you keep the color palette for when you die. That's just all around weirdness. But speaking of that sort of weird revive glitch, I will also have a bonus clip for you guys about a certain, it's a really annoying glitch, and it hasn't happened to me again, but it was really annoying when it did happen to me. And that will be you guys' bonus clip. So no, we don't have to worry about me forgetting to tell you guys what your bonus clip is at the end of the video. That's just wonderful, but okay. This last base, you know, obviously the first couple bases, I thought that the enemy team put up a pretty good stout defense, and they fought and they clawed, and it took to the final few tickets for us to get those first bases of MCOS. This last base, everyone, I can just tell you guys pretty much, everyone gets up on the top of those buildings, and they just, and Mr. Do You Believe was slithering around like a snake in the grass, but you know what, he killed me 4 times this game. Kudos to him, you know, he deserves it, honest to God, he deserves it. But this last base, okay, everyone who was playing, you know, that hard-nosed defense, those first couple bases, this last base, they completely forget what defense is, as I get Mr. Seal the Tank, or Seal the Tomb over there. The Amtrak reminded me of a tank, but anyway, everyone just turns into this like recon roof monster, and they just completely forget that the objective exists. Obviously that makes getting A a little bit more difficult, but getting B pretty much at this point is just a done deal. And I was sort of lurking around in the pool over here, just trying to tell everyone that the pool is closed, and that guy did like a backflip in midair. physics in this game, and physics in this game, especially in like death animations, they just don't go together. Unless you put like the phrase "not" in between those two. But pretty much, once you get A, it's pretty much GG no re, unless they're not a bunch of recon monsters sitting on the top of, you know, the buildings here, but the enemy team was, and that's pretty well and good the end of the game. So I'm sorry that you guys had to sit through this. Oh wow. Just when I even fooled myself right there, and that was sort of the story on this last base. It felt like that was the end of the game, and it's almost like poetic justice, and it's just how you drew it up. But at this point, they're pretty much all jumped back into their spawn, and I did come close to dying there, but I somehow managed to get out of it, and we managed to fend them off here for just long enough to win the game. And I do end up going down for a final death at the end of the game. That's something that happens a lot of the time, but honest to God, if we win, I don't care. You know, it's one of those ones where, especially towards the end of the game, I'm willing to get a little bit more selfless and, you know, give myself up for the objective and team play and squad play and meow meow meow. But what that is all she wrote. All right, but okay. Final Stand is launching today, and I will try and have a video for you guys about that whenever I can. I will try and live stream it for you guys, and I'm sure I have some surprises up my sleeve, even for myself, just like there at the end of the game. I legitimately forgot, but oh well. Anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Facebook, follow me around if you want. I won't call stalking on you that quick, but I will once again thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and do all those fun stuffs, and I will see you guys later.